there, my name is Luann. Thank you so much for stopping by today and welcome to my kitchen. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 super easy weeknight meals. Now each week in my meal plan, I like to be sure to include an Italian meal, a Mexican meal, a crockpot meal, a homestyle meal, and a seafood meal. So those are the 5 categories of meals that I'll be sharing with you today. If you're new here on this channel, I share motivation, advice, and tips on cooking, baking, meal planning, maintaining and stocking your pantry, and so much more. So if that sounds good to you, I hope that you'll take a few seconds to go ahead and subscribe and make yours a heart-filled kitchen too. So let's go ahead and get started with that Italian meal, and this week it's going to be chicken Parmesan sliders. Be sure to capture a screenshot or pause the video for the recipe. Now for the instructions, the first thing that you're going to do is prepare your favorite breaded chicken according to the package. Once that's prepared, cut your chicken into 1 to 2 inch pieces. Next, you will toast the bottom half of your 12 Hawaiian rolls and top each roll with one of the chicken pieces. Grab your favorite marinara or spaghetti sauce and add 1 to 2 tablespoons of sauce to each piece of chicken. Now you're going to add 1/4 of a slice of your provolone or mozzarella cheese. You can use shredded if you'd like. And now put the tops on, and the next step is to melt 4 tablespoons of butter. To that melted butter, you're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder and 1 whole teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Once that's all mixed and well combined, then you're going to brush it on top of each of the rolls. If you have any butter left over, by all means, go ahead and pour it all over the top. Once you have all of that buttery goodness on top, you're going to sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Once that's finished, cover with aluminum foil and bake in a 350-degree oven for 10 minutes. Remove the foil and bake for another 10 minutes. And here is the final result to these cheesy and zesty Parmesan chicken sliders that I'm sure your whole family will enjoy. This is such a simple recipe that is great for a quick weeknight meal, or it's even good for lunches for the week. And not to mention, it's a great way to use up those left behind odd and end pieces of chicken in your freezer. These are great to serve with a salad, or on this day, I served mine with some sweet potato waffle fries. Next up is going to be the Mexican meal, and this week I'll be sharing with you a keto cheesy queso dip, along with bean and cheese tostadas. I'm also going to be linking a recipe to some ranch taco cups. Here's the recipe for the keto queso cheese dip. The first thing to do is brown your breakfast sausage, and in a separate pan combine your cream cheese and rotel. Once that mixture is nice, melted, and bubbly, then you're just going to add that breakfast sausage to it. And that's going to do it for this keto-friendly queso cheese dip. This is great served with pork rinds if you're on the keto diet, or with any of your favorite tortilla chips. Now I'll be serving that dip alongside these bean and cheese tostadas and these ranch taco biscuit bites. I got this recipe from a new channel called In the Kitchen with Mama Mel. I'll link both the recipe and her channel down below. Be sure to check her out. The next recipe that I'll be sharing with you is going to be our crockpot meal. This week I'm sharing a cheesy smoked sausage and potato. Here's the recipe for the cheesy smoked sausage and potatoes. You're going to start out this recipe with 4 medium potatoes, peeled and cubed. Go ahead and place those cubed potatoes inside your crock pot, and let's do the same to the smoked sausage. You'll see in the recipe that I linked down below that it does call for a small diced onion. I just chose to leave it out. To the cubed potatoes and smoked sausage, you're going to add your shredded cheddar cheese. Okay, now we're ready to put together the sauce. Grab 1 can of cream of chicken soup, a 1/3 cup of butter melted, and 1 cup of milk. We're just going to combine all 3 of those ingredients together and pour it over the ingredients that you already have in the crock pot. That's all you need for this easy crock pot meal. Just put a lid on it and cook it on high for 3 hours or low for 6. When the cook time is up and your potatoes are tender, go ahead and remove the lid and let it simmer for another 15 to 20 minutes. This will help the sauce thicken. Well, that's all there is to this hearty meat and potatoes meal. Okay, moving right along, the next meal is going to be our homestyle meal, and this week it's going to be a creamy chicken pot pie. Here's the list of ingredients you'll need for this super simple chicken pot pie. Okay, I'm going to start out by dicing up 1 medium potato. Now, of course, in a regular chicken pot pie recipe, this is where you would dice up your fresh carrots or any other vegetables that you would like to add to your pie. But in keeping this meal super simple, I'll be taking advantage of some frozen or canned vegetables today. Now that the potatoes are diced, I'll be adding them to a skillet and frying them until they're tender. Be sure to add plenty of salt and pepper to your potatoes. While the potatoes are cooking up, let's go ahead and get started on our filling. Add your cream of chicken soup to a large bowl, along with 1/2 cup of chicken broth, or you could use milk. Once that's combined, we're going to go ahead and add the vegetables. On this day I was out of peas and carrots, so I just went with carrots. And then add your celery seed for flavoring. Once everything is combined, go ahead and add your fried potatoes. Okay, so now we're ready to get started on our crust. Go ahead and spray a pie plate with some nonstick spray, and I am using frozen pie crust, but by all means, feel free to make some from scratch. Once you get the bottom layer put in place, then you're going to go ahead and just pour that filling right on top. Next, you'll just go ahead and add the second pie crust to the top. I had a little bit of trouble. Mine stuck together, so I had to roll it out in some flour, but it all worked out in the end just fine. So you're just going to place that on top and trim off your edges and pinch it all together, and then we'll cut our little slits in the top so it can breathe. Now the final step to this pot pie is to take 1 egg, mix it up very well in a dish, then we're just going to brush it on top of our crust so that it comes out a rich golden brown. Place your chicken pot pie in a 400-degree oven for 30 minutes. Even though I had a little top crust mishap, this pot pie turns out beautiful every time. And finally, for the seafood category this week, I kind of cheated. Well, actually I cheated a lot. because this week's meal is an instant meal. I just threw together some frozen fish sticks with some creamed spinach and macaroni and cheese. This one doesn't even need a recipe. Well, I sure hope that those 5 categories of meals gave you a few ideas and motivation for your next meal plan. Thank you so much for sticking around with me today. Here are a couple more recipes for you to enjoy. The first video card will take you to In the Kitchen with Mama Mel for those Taco Ranch biscuit bites. The second video card, if you click on it, it'll take you to a quick dessert recipe. And all the recipes that you saw in this video can be found below the title of this video. Thanks again, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!